So basically, the way that I started my business was kind of weird because I had a friend, well, I still have a friend who does nails. Her name is Kat. I think I talked about this story on my channel before. I think I did it in my Q&A, my first Q&A, my only Q&A on my channel. I think it was like one of my first videos, and I kind of talked about it, but I didn't talk about it like in depth or whatever. So the first thing is I met my friend who does nails because I was in cosmetology when I was in high school. And so my co-op job, which is like the job that you get when you leave school early to go work in your field and stuff, I was working at a hair salon. And so the hair salon, I was about to say the name, but I guess it's not important, but I was working at a hair salon and she was doing nails in the hair salon. So that's how I met her. And me and her just became like really close friends, and like we would just like talk all the time and stuff like that. I don't know how old she was at the time, but I was like 16 or 17 when I met her, just because I was a junior or a senior in high school when I first met her. I think I worked there for like 2 years, and I was the receptionist, and I was doing makeup at the time because your co-op job has to be in your field. So I didn't want to do hair, but I was like, all right, I can kind of fuck with makeup because I'm good at makeup, or semi good at makeup. So that's how I met her. And so she always did nails and stuff, and she's like really good at anything she do. Like she's like very creative, very like business minded, and you know, like she's one of those people, like if you come to her with an idea, she'll be like, yo, you need to do this or whatever. So fast forward, I stopped working at the salon and stuff, and I ended up like having like other like odd jobs and stuff, like working in retail and all that type of stuff. And then what happened was I was a waitress at Red Lobster, and I was making like a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but like when you're a waitress, you make a lot of fast money. So like you make like $200-300 like just being there for a couple hours, just because like, so I was making a lot of fast money. But you know, when you are a waitress and anything that you do where you like, you get tips and you don't really get a paycheck, so like you only get what you put in basically, you don't get a real paycheck. Like, and your paychecks be like $10 or whatever, because you really do get paid like $2 an hour being a waitress. So if you're not careful being a waitress, you'll spend up all your money, because it's like you so used to having cash and you make money every day. So it's like you don't see a point of like saving your money. So basically I was doing that. I was being a waitress, and I was like spending my money fast. And I was like spending my money on makeup and stuff, like because the Red Lobster I worked at was like right across the street from Ulta. So every time I used to get off, I used to go straight to Ulta, and I used to spend all my money on makeup and stuff. So one day I had a nail appointment because my friend, she's doing nails out of her house now because she stopped working at the salon. So like I had a nail appointment. No, she wasn't doing nails out of her house. She was doing nails out of a suite. So I had a nail appointment either like after my shift or like the next day after I was working. So I went to go talk to Kat, and I'm like talking to her, and I'm just like, yo, like I'm like wasting all my money. And I was like, I know I'm not gonna like be a waitress forever, so I need to like do something with my money. And she was like, well, what do you like? And I was like, makeup. I like makeup. I like spending my money on makeup. Like, but I didn't want to start a makeup line. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, what's something like easy that I could put my money into? Like I could like start up like a couple $100, not even a couple $100, but like something that's just easy for me to invest my money in. And she was like, well, why don't you sell eyelashes? And I was like, I don't know. Like a lot of people do that. I don't know if I could do that or whatever. And she's like, well, we about to order some lashes and we want to see what happens. So she went on the AliExpress, right? And she ordered me like, I don't know, like 30 pairs of lashes, like 30 pairs of mink lashes. I think we did like 3 different styles, and she ordered like 10 each, and she paid for it. She never even asked me for no money or nothing. She was just like, you should start this. So basically she was just like, yeah, so we're gonna order these lashes, and when they come, I'm gonna call you, because she got them sent to her business. So I'm like, all right. So she paid for my first inventory, she ordered my lashes, and then when they came in, I'm like talking to her, I'm like, I don't know how to sell no product. And she's like, well, the only thing you need, she told me to get a notebook and get a pen, and she about to tell me exactly what I need to start a business. She was like, you need to get a name, you need to get a logo, you need to get a business license, you need to get a PayPal account, and you need to get Instagram. And she was like, that's it. That's all you need. And so I spent like a couple months trying to find a logo, and then I finally made my own, because all of the graphic designers I was talking to, they couldn't they couldn't get like what I was talking about, like, or like understand what I meant, like how I wanted my logo to look, because I knew how I wanted my logo to make me feel. And it was just like, what they was giving me wasn't that. So I was just like, all right. So I got my logo. I got a website. I did my first website with Big Cartel. So I didn't even have a .com yet. It was like bougiedoll.bigcartel.com or something like that. And so I did that, and I got a business email. I hooked it up to my PayPal and all that stuff. And so then like, I'm like, now what? Because I did all this stuff, but it's just like, how I'm going to sell all this stuff? And so she was just like, you need to come up with a way to like market your business and stuff. And I was like, I don't know shit about marketing. I don't know shit about like selling nothing. I don't even know where to start. Because, you know, on Instagram, when you first start your page, everybody start at 0. So I'm like, how do I get to like 10,000 followers? How do I get to like have like engagement and stuff like that? So I just sat down and I was thinking, and I was like, okay, what the fuck makes me want to buy something when I see it on Instagram and stuff? And honestly, it's the people. Like, people can sell anything. Like, my whole thing with my business, and I always said this from the very beginning when I used to talk to Kat, that's my friend's name, who like helped me start it. Pretty girls want to be like other pretty girls. So that's how I based my business, and that's how I like started making money off my business. Because basically what I would do is I got my first inventory, and half of the inventory that I got, I wasn't even making no money when I first started my business, because I was giving away so much shit for free, and I was just trying to like get my name out there, and I wanted people to know like what my business was about and the products and all that stuff. And at this time, all I had was mink lashes. I didn't have no glue. I didn't have no accessories. I didn't have nothing. Like, it was just lashes, just straight up lashes. It wasn't no cleansers. I didn't do lash extensions or nothing. Like, so I was just straight up selling lashes. So what I would do is I would like find people on Instagram that didn't have like a huge following, but they had enough following where they would get me some money or they would get me some business. So I was only picking people that had between like 10 and 15,000 followers, because at that time, I was like, all right, if I go to somebody that got 1 million, some people that got 1 million followers, their engagement not like that. Like, they'll only get like 200 likes on a picture, and that's not good if you got 1 million followers. So I'm like, all right, I know that if I contact somebody that got 10 to 15,000 followers, they're going to hit me back. Because back then, I don't know what's up with it now, because I don't really do it as much, but back then people were like, would do shit for free. Like, the product would be the payment. So people would be fine, like just receiving free stuff and posting it for you. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy, because if I had the platform that they had, I would be charging bitches up, because it's just like, why would I do something? Why would I promote your product? And that's going to get you money. Like, you're going to get it back 10 times. Whatever you're giving me, you're going to get it back 10 times. Because it's like, I'm sending you lashes, and whatever I pay for a wholesale, it's not going to compare to like what I'm going to make off of you when you bring me these customers. So that's the way that I was thinking. So that's how I started building my following and stuff. I was like reaching out to people that have like larger followers than mine, and then people that have good engagement. And then some people, they didn't even have 10 to 15K followers. People just like fuck with them heavy. Like, local people, like, you know, like local people of your city that are like popular and stuff like that. People will see that and like come to your page and like want to buy your stuff, or like see who you are or what you're about and stuff, because people will support you. That's one thing about females. Like, if it's something beauty related, they do not care about how much it is. If it's cute or a girl made it look good, they will come and fucking buy it. So that's how I started my business. Basically, Kat bought my first inventory, and she never asked me for no money after that. Like, even up until this point, like where I have like 5K followers on my business page, and you know, my business is bigger than it was like 5 years ago, because I was 19. I think I was 19 when I started it. But it wasn't like this. Like, when I first started, I was just like, it was like a hobby. Like, it wasn't really my business, and I didn't like talk about it as if it was my business. It was just like something I was doing, and like something I was trying out. So did that, and then that's how it started, because Kat made me order my first inventory sitting right there with her. Like, in the same conversation, that's the first conversation I ever had with her about starting a business. In that first conversation, she made me order inventory, and she paid for it. And it wasn't a lot. It wasn't expensive. It was like, my first inventory was like some petty shit. It was like, I don't know. It was like $70 or $75 or something like that. And it came from AliExpress. So it was like, then I had to figure out like how to find vendors. And then I had to figure out how to find better product. Then I had to figure out how to find better packaging. And like, I say that to say, like, it's just all like a stepping stone. And it's been like a long time since I started my business. Like 5 years is a long time, and some people can't last that long with a business. And it's just like, if it wasn't for Kat, I probably wouldn't have started a business because I didn't have nobody else to talk to about it. Like, I don't know if I probably wouldn't have started it then. Like, now it's a lot easier to start a business because it's just like everything's social media. You could buy followers, you could buy like engagement and stuff like that. But she's a big reason why I started my business. And I don't think if I didn't meet her, I wouldn't be the way that I am right now, because she's one of the people that I always talk to, like, about stuff like that, like business related and all that stuff, because she's one of those people that's like, she really could put a battery in anybody's back to like start anything, because she's like living proof. Like, she's like so amazing, and she's like so humble and stuff, and that's just the way that she is. And so that's just how I started my business. I don't know, it's not that interesting of a story, but it's just funny because like we talk about it all the time, like that conversation. Like, I remember it very vividly, like when I went to her suite to talk about that, and then she made me order my inventory, and then when I got it, I really didn't know what to do. I was just like, okay. So then after she bought that first inventory, I gave away half of it, and then the other half of that half, I used it for promo, and then the rest of it I sold, and then a little bit of money that I got, I put it back into the inventory, and then I added more money to it because, like I said, I was a waitress, so I was just like dumping all my money into like buying inventory and stuff. Every time I used to get some money, I used to buy inventory. Like, it didn't matter if I was selling it or not. Like, I just would buy inventory because I wanted to stay ready, like, because I knew that like something got to come of this, because I'm like talking to too many people, and too many people was posting it, and it's just, you know, like, I don't know. But, and then it's crazy because the first person I ever sent product to, me and her are still cool, and she's still like, me and her still had a relationship where I could like send her stuff and she'll still post it. So it's just crazy. I don't know. That's how I started, and that's how I built my following and all that stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video just to talk about that a little bit, because it's like, I don't know, like at the time it sounded like so far-fetched to like really start a business, and it's like nobody in my family that's like that. Like, I don't have, well, my little brother now is an entrepreneur, but like at the time nobody in my family had a business. Everybody was just like, I don't know, I guess you gotta see somebody close to you do it, and that'll make you feel like you could do it. And Kat was that person for me. So I feel like you only need to inspire like one person to spark an interest, and then, you know, you don't know how you could affect somebody. That's why sometimes I don't want to talk about certain stuff like that I've been through with my business, but then it's like you have to, because people use your journey to like help them with theirs, and I don't know. But yeah, y'all, that's my story on how I started my business, and that's how I made Bougie Doll. And if you have any questions, y'all can DM me or comment down below. Or if y'all have questions about anything, or like y'all struggling, or y'all need advice on something, I'll try to help y'all to the best of my ability. But like I said, I'm still new. Even though I had my business for 5 years, I'm still new, and I don't know everything. I'm still learning. So if I don't know something, I'm going to tell y'all I don't know. But that's the gist of the video, and I'm just going to end it here, and I'll see y'all in my next video.